We often think success comes down to luck, talent, or knowing the right people. But what if there's more to it? What if there's a pattern, a set of principles that the most successful people follow, whether they realize it or not? These are one of the 33 lessons in Stephen Bartlett's book, The Diary of a CEO, shaped by his business journey and conversations with world-class leaders. So in this video, I'll share 5 of the most powerful lessons from the book that I found most impactful and how you can apply the same to your life. So let's just get into it. Lesson number 1. Fill your 5 buckets in the right order. Have you ever wondered why some people achieve lasting success while others struggle, even with great ideas? The answer lies in what Stephen Bartlett calls filling your 5 buckets in the right order. The idea is simple. Success happens in stages. First, you gain knowledge, then develop skills. Only then can you build a strong network, attract resources, and earn a reputation. Skip a step and everything collapses. If you prioritize money or reputation too early without the necessary knowledge and skills, any success you achieve is pretty shaky. Think of someone with grand ideas but no real knowledge and skill to execute them. Now compare that to Elon Musk. Before Tesla and SpaceX, he spent years mastering engineering and business. His knowledge and skills built the trust that later brought him investors and resources. That solid foundation is what allowed him to achieve long-term success. Focus on learning and skill building first. Don't chase money or status too soon. Choose jobs, projects, and opportunities based on what they teach you, not just what they pay you. The stronger your foundation, the more sustainable your success will be. Lesson number 2. Ask, don't tell. Studies show that when people are asked a direct question, they feel a subconscious need to align their actions with their responses. That's why asking, "Will you work out today?" is far more effective than saying, "You should go to the gym." People are more likely to take action when asked a question rather than given a directive. Questions create an uncomfortable feeling that makes people want to align their actions with their answers. This effect is even more powerful with yes or no questions. The great thing about a yes or no question is it doesn't give you any wiggle room to deceive yourself. It forces you to commit one way or the other. So don't make statements if you want positive behavior in both business and personal life. Ask binary yes or no questions. Lesson number 3. You must make pressure your privilege. What if I told you that pressure isn't something to fear, but to see it has a privilege? The bigger the challenge, the greater the opportunity to grow. But here's the problem. Most of us are taught to see pressure as bad, something to avoid or minimize. Stress, deadlines, expectations, all these things can feel heavy. But what if the weight you're feeling isn't a sign of struggle, but a sign of significance? The truth is that pressure only exists when what you're doing has value. Billie Jean King, one of the greatest athletes of all time, said, "Pressure is a privilege. It only comes to those who earn it." And science backs this up. Studies show that people who see stress as a harmful experience show more negative effects, while those who view it as a challenge perform better. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, reframe it. Instead of thinking, "I can't handle this," remind yourself, "This pressure means I'm growing. It means I'm stepping outside my comfort zone and working on something meaningful." Lesson number 4. The power of negative manifestations. You must have come across positive affirmations. Visualizing success, believing in your goals, and manifesting your dreams. But what if that's only half the equation? What if instead of just asking, "How will this succeed?" we also ask, "Why will this fail?" Stephen Bartlett himself used this approach when he considered launching a podcasting network. Instead of diving in headfirst, he stopped and asked, "Why is this a bad idea?" The answers made him realize it wasn't worth pursuing. Use a pre-mortem. Before committing to an idea, list out every possible way it could fail. Are there financial risks, skill gaps, market challenges? It can prevent overconfidence and blind spots, and you can refine your plans and fix weaknesses early on. Success isn't just about believing in the best outcome. It's about preparing for the worst and making sure it never happens. Lesson number 5, the discipline equation. We often think discipline is about willpower, forcing ourselves to stay consistent even when we don't feel like it. But what if discipline isn't about willpower at all? What if it's actually about balance? Here's what Bartlett calls the discipline equation. Discipline equals the goal's value plus the pursuit's reward minus the pursuit's cost. People often struggle with discipline because they either don't value the goal enough, don't enjoy the process, or feel the cost is too high. So here's what you can do. First, choose goals that genuinely matter to you. Second, make the process rewarding and find ways to enjoy the journey, not just the destination. And finally, reduce distractions and external pressures that make discipline feel like a burden. With all said and done, is The Diary of a CEO worth reading? If you're an entrepreneur, a professional, or just someone who wants to develop a sharper mindset, you'll find a lot of value in this book. So check it out using the link in the description. If you enjoyed this breakdown, you'll also enjoy this simple guide on actually being disciplined in 2025.